Hello, welcome back for another Home Sweet Pilates video. Today we are going to do something that has been highly requested, which is a reformer on the mat workout. It's not super long, but we are going to go over some of my favorite reformer moves that we can do here on the mat. You will need some props for this video, so you will need some light handheld weights. I have 2 pounds. I would not go above 3. You will need some sliders or gliders. If you do not have that, you can use like wash rags or dish towels. If you're on hard floor, if you're on carpet, you can use like a paper plate. That would be an awesome sub if you don't have one of these. And then you will need a foam roller. So if you can go ahead and grab those, we can get started. We're gonna begin with the foam roller. We're gonna do some footwork here with this. So you're going to lie down onto your back and place the foam roller horizontal at your feet. So take a second to just make sure we have our entire spine on the mat here. Take a second to get situated. We're gonna start with our feet hip distance apart. Take a nice inhale. On the exhale, let's bring that roller towards our toes. On the exhale, let's bring that roller out so it rolls right above your heels, right around to where your ankles are, and then bring it back in. So we exhale as we release and inhale as we bring it in. I want you to think about not allowing those shoulders to hike up into those ears. Try to keep that whole spine on the mat so your core is engaged here. We're not arching as we roll that roller out. We're keeping a nice neutral spine, and we're pushing evenly through those feet here. Our hands are down by our sides. My knees are tracking in line with my feet. We'll do 2 more and then we'll switch our foot position. You can probably hear my socks. I have grippy socks on and they're trying to grip onto the roller. Now we're going to bring our feet together into a Pilates V. So we're in a narrow V, so our heels are glued and our toes are on that roller. We're gonna do the same thing we just did, keeping those heels together. So we press out and bring it in. Heels are glued the whole time. Imagine you have a $100 bill in between those heels, and we do not want to lose them, right? So this is waking up different parts of our legs here. Remember those shoulders. I'm starting to feel mine hike up. Relax that upper body. It's the lower body that's working right now. So if you've ever taken a reformer class, you have probably done footwork. It's a typical warm-up for the reformer. So this is just a similar but different way to do it. If you have not taken a reformer class, I highly recommend it. They're really fun. Okay, we'll do 1 more here. And bring it in. Now, we're going to glue our feet together. So toes, heels, knees, everything glued together. Start with those toes on that roller. And do the same thing. Bring it out and in. But this time, everything is staying glued the whole time. You'll really feel that leg engagement on the extension. So as we press out right here, you're really gonna feel everything squeezing together, and then bring it back in. Don't forget to breathe. You can do this with a ball as well. If you're ever in a situation where you want to do it and you don't have a roller on hand, you can use a Pilates ball. I like the roller just because it's a little more, oops, it slipped. It's a little more sturdy as I say that, and it slips, of course, right? With a ball, it's just a smaller surface area, so it's a little trickier. Okay, do 1 more. Bring it out and in, and nicely done. Okay, now we're gonna take that roller and do a little quote unquote feet and straps without the straps, but with a roller. Okay, so you're gonna take that roller and place it like right around your tailbone here. So you're in a somewhat comfy spot, not really, but kind of, and you're gonna be able to grab the sides of that foam roller, okay? Start with that slight turnout, the Pilates V. So my heels are together and my toes are turned out. My upper body is nice and relaxed here, okay? I'm going to lower my legs 45 degrees and bring them back up. I lower them down and bring them back up. Lower down and up. You'll notice as I lower, I'm not allowing my back to arch. If you do that, you'll feel the foam roller starts to roll back towards you. We don't want that. So your hands are helping keep that roller in place, but your core is keeping you stable. So I lower and I lift, and I lower and I lift. Exhale on the lower, inhale on the lift. Two more. Last one. Now we'll do some circles. So bring those legs out, down, together, and up. I don't want you to go out too wide. So I don't want you to go any wider than the length of that foam roller. If you go too wide, you're losing the work and you're just doing a stretch here. And I want us to work. So we go out, down, together, up. Out, down, together, up. Remember, as you lower, keep that core engaged so you don't get that arch in the back. Two more, we're going to switch directions. Okay, reverse it. So now go down, out, up, together. Down, out, up, together. Imagine your legs are mirror images of one another. So they're going down together, out at the same time, up at the same time, and together at the same time. We have two more, and then we'll do some froggies. Last one. Beautifully done. Now, bring those heels back together. You're going to bend your knees in towards your chest. Press your legs out to 45 degrees. I'm going to move this down a little bit. Okay. If you have a really hard foam roller like I do, it can get a little uncomfy. So you can always put like a little rag or like a pad right there if you want to, or you can put like a yoga mat over it. But keep those heels glued and press out 45 degrees. The trick here is keeping the heels glued together and the feet moving at the same pace. Mine are starting to want to separate because one leg is wanting to go faster than the other leg. So keep them together. Two more. Last one. Beautifully done. You want to have a nice little stretch really quick? Okay, so take your left leg and just straighten it out over that roller. Take your right leg and bend your knee into your chest. This just feels really good in that hip flexor area. It opens it up. You can roll that ankle around on that bent knee, leg on the bent, on the leg whose knee is bent. Oh my gosh, my brain. Okay, switch legs. One might feel a little bit looser than the other. My other side felt a lot easier to hold in this position. This one is a little bit tight. So it's a good thing that we're doing it. Beautifully done. Okay, go ahead and take that roller. We have one more thing to do with it. we're gonna do some bridging here. We're gonna practice bridging and pelvic lifts. So bridging is pretty self-explanatory, but this time we're gonna put our feet onto the roller, arms down by your sides. Take a nice inhale. On your exhale, imagine that you have a marble on your pubic bone that you're rolling into that belly button. So you're tilting that pelvis towards your head. Press down through the feet and lift your hips up towards the ceiling while keeping a nice open chest. Inhale to top. Exhale as you slowly roll it down vertebrae by vertebrae. Let's do it again. Roll it down. Keep those knees in line. Don't let your knees flail out or flail in, okay? Keep them nice and in line with your feet. Press down through those forearms. Roll it down. We have one more here. Lift it up. Now hold it up. Move your feet back slightly on that roller. And then go ahead and roll it out and bring it back in. Out and in. It's okay if you can't go out all the way. You will feel this in your hamstrings immediately. Keep those hips lifted. Whew. Your hamstrings will start to feel on fire. Really, really tight. Oh my goodness. Whew. If you can work it so you can eventually get your legs all the way straight and then bend them in and then straight and then in. Keep the hips up. Keep the hips up. One more. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in and lower the hips down. Whew. All right, we are done with the foam roller, so you can roll it on away. Next, we're going to go ahead and grab those weights. We're going to practice some roll downs here. So we're going to begin with our feet together and our knees together, but bent, okay? So our knees are pointing toward the ceiling. We have one weight in each hand. Hold them out at shoulder height, palms facing down. Take a nice inhale. On your exhale, I want you to round through that spine, to roll yourself back, really thinking about getting deep, deep into that core, but keeping your arms at shoulder height the whole time. So I'm tilting my pelvis, but keeping my shoulders relaxed. And then I roll it back up, sitting nice and tall. So you're keeping those legs glued together as you roll down and then roll back up. So this is called appropriately the roll down. To me, this is one of the most underrated moves on the reformer. I feel like you can just get such a good deep core connection here, but a lot of people tend to just kind of like move through it really quickly. So a lot of people just kind of like go down and up and they're like, cool, I'm doing sit-ups. But no, the key here is to really think about rolling that whole spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Imagine I'm coming and I'm pressing into that belly button, right? You're trying to get your belly button away from my hand. The slower you go, the harder it will be. One more. Exhale. And bring it back up. Beautifully done. Now we're going to do the oblique part. So take those weights, interlace your fingers so you're holding them like so. Bring them over to the right side and do the same thing, but try to keep those knees straight up towards the ceiling. So try not to allow those knees to flop over to the left, okay? So we have our arms up to the right and we're not letting our knees flop over to the left. We're keeping them towards the center and we roll it down and bring it back up. This is working the opposite oblique. So here, you'll start to feel that left oblique as you get into that move. One more. And up. Beautifully done. Over to the left now, so don't let those knees go to the right. Roll it down. Make sure you're breathing. So many people have a hard time breathing like loudly. I'm not really sure why, but trust me, the better or the deeper you get into that breath, the deeper you'll get into the connection that we're trying to make. Beautifully done. Now let's roll ourselves all the way down one more time, just for good luck. So take those weights, hold them at shoulder height, legs together, round down through that spine, and roll it all the way down. We're gonna go into the 100 here. Everyone knows the 100. We do it often on reformer, on the mat. It doesn't matter. It's very popular because it literally is a whole body workout, a whole body exercise. So bring those legs up into tabletop. Take an inhale, lift your arms up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Bring your arms down by your sides and start pumping your hands up and down. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. If you want, straighten those legs. Keep pumping. If you want, lower those legs 45 degrees. Back up towards the ceiling. Keep pumping. Bend the knees, keep pumping. We're almost done. Last set. And bring it down. Beautifully done. Relax your head for just a second. We're going to go into coordination. Coordination is one of my favorites. It's a very classical move, but I love it so much. Okay, so it's similar-ish to the 100. So we're going to start in a very similar position. So I want you to bring those legs up into tabletop, arms up towards the ceiling. Now, bring your arms down by your sides. Keep your head down for now. Bend the elbows 90 degrees. So this is our starting position. On our exhale, we're going to lift our head, neck, and shoulders, straighten our arms straight out, straighten your legs straight out, hold. Bring it back to that starting position. So bend everything back in. Now this time, when we straighten our legs out, we're going to scissor them open wide, back together, back to the starting position. Okay, so take an inhale, exhale, extend everything out, open the legs wide, close them, bring them back in. Once again, exhale, extend everything out, open, close, back in. Now, sorry, my nose is so itchy. I'm outside and I think the pollen is like really going today. Okay. Now this time, we're going to add our arms. So when we open our legs out wide, we're going to open our arms as well. So almost like we're a starfish, and then we'll bring it back in to that starting position. Okay? So here we go. Inhale, exhale, extend it out, open everything wide, close it, back to the starting position. Do it again. And again. So we exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. We have one more here. Beautifully done. You can rest your arm or your legs for just a second. We're going to go back into that tabletop for some supine arm work. Okay, I just want to give you a little bit of a break. If you feel like your core is feeling a little too intense right now, you can leave your legs down on the mat like so. Okay, but if you are able to challenge yourself, I recommend you do. Okay, this is not a very long workout. We're going to get through it. We're already over halfway done. So you can do this. Bring those legs up into tabletop. Now, your arms are at 90 degrees like they just were for that coordination beginning position. But this time, we're just going to straighten the arms and bend them. But I want you to lift them off the mat. I want you to lift them off the mat. So extend and bend. I'm not resting my arms on the mat right now. They're lifted. My shoulders are relaxed. If you need to rest your arms down and do this, that's fine. But if you're able to, let's get it. Beautifully done. Now bring your arms up towards the ceiling, lower them all the way down and back up. All the way down and back up. So your shoulders are doing this right now. Try not to allow that back to arch as you lower your arms. Keeping that core engaged. That's why this tabletop is so crucial here. It's adding that extra core work. 2 more. Last one. Now bring your arms out to a T. Let me move myself over really quick so I have the space to do it. Okay. Back into that tabletop. Arms are out to a T. We bring them down towards our hips and back up to a T. Down towards our hips, back up to a T. If you need to drop the weights at any point, go ahead and drop them. 2 more. Last one. And bring it on down. Beautifully done. We're done with those weights for now. We're gonna go ahead and grab our sliders or your dish towel or your paper plate, whatever it is that you have is totally fine. I'm gonna move my mat this direction just so that my sliders will work. Okay, so go ahead and grab those sliders, dish towels, paper plates, whatever it is you have. You're gonna place your hands on your mat and your feet or your toes are gonna go onto those sliders. We're going to do a version of kneeling abdominals. So on the reformer, you would be facing, we'd be doing kneeling abs facing back. So you would be facing the back of the reformer. Your hands would be on the railings and your knees would be up against the shoulder blocks and you'd be dragging that carriage in towards your hands. So we're going to be doing a similar idea here, but our feet are the things that are going to be dragging just because we can't do that as easily on the ground. So we're going to do a flat back version here. So your head is nice and in line with your tailbone. You're looking straight down at the mat. Lift your knees, so hover them off of the floor and drag your feet towards your hands. Bring them back out. So it's kind of like a version of, I think it's called bear, right? Yeah. Or hovering all fours. You're exhaling as you bring it in, inhaling. Try to keep your knees at one height the whole time. My back is staying flat. My eyesight is looking straight down. Do 2 more. Really get into that deep inner core. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh, lower down. That is like, it's really hard. That's really hard. Good job. I'm suffering a little bit. Okay. We have one more move to get through, and that is lunging. So I'm going to turn my mat back this way. You don't really need your mat for this if you don't have it. But I do. Okay. So you have one foot standing in front. Okay. I know you can't see my head, but it's okay. You don't need to see my face for this. Okay, you have one foot standing in front. Your other foot is slightly behind on your rag, your glider, whatever it is you have. We're going to lunge ourselves back so our knee is in line with our ankle and my weight is in that heel. I have slid my opposite leg straight back behind me, and then I keep that leg straight as I stand up tall. Okay, so we go down and back. That weight is in my standing heel, and I lift it up tall. Whew, if you need a chair because you feel like you're gonna fall over, that's okay. I'm a little wobbly right now. Imagine I'm pulling you from a string as you lift up. So really lift up tall. So we go back and we go up. And we go back and we go up. If you want to hinge slightly at your hips, that's fine. I don't mind that at all. For me, it actually feels a little bit better on my knee that's gliding to be hinged slightly. So I'm gonna do that. Let's do 2 more, and then we're gonna scooter it. Beautifully done. Now stay bent into that standing leg. Be hinged if you aren't already hinged. Bend the glider leg in and straighten it out. So we bend, extend, bend, extend, bend, extend. Keeping that hinge, bring those arms up overhead. Whew. That standing leg should be dying by now. We've got 3, 2, 1, and oh my gosh, up. Nicely done. All right, let's switch to the other side. So I'm gonna face the other direction. We're gonna do the exact same thing that we just did. So I'm standing, one leg on the mat, slightly in front, the other leg on the glider. My toe is on that. I'm in a dorsiflex position. So you'll see my toe pads are nicely on that glider. All right, let's do it. If you're gonna hinge, go ahead and hinge. And we lunge it back and stand up tall. Remembering to put that weight into that standing heel. My knee is in line with my ankle as I go down. So I'm really sitting back into that lunge. And then I'm pulled by a string as I stand up tall. Two more. And then those gliders. Or gliders. I don't know why I can't think of what it's called. My brain is not working. Okay. Scooters. There it is. Scooters. All right, ready? We extend and bend. Extend and bend. I'm really bending into that standing leg. I'm hinged at the hips. Arms go up overhead. Keep that leg nice and in line with your hips. Don't let your hips move all around. 3, 2, 1, and done. Whew, you made it through. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick reformer on the mat workout. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more like this, please give a comment to let me know. I'm really big on taking requests and the kinds of workouts that you guys are wanting to do. So please don't be afraid to leave a comment. If you enjoyed it, let me know. I would love to hear from you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.